for Secretary Fontes.
The court sided with conspiracy theorists, and Pinal County voters with disabilities are the ones who are going to lose.
So Adrian Fontes says Pinal County voters with disabilities are going to lose. That's absolutely not correct. And in fact, that's not even what the judge said. The judge said the exact opposite. The judge said that, in fact, Pinal County voters with disabilities will, in fact, gain. They'll have polling places closer to where they're from. And also, the accessible voting devices that they use in order to vote will be less busy. So, in fact, people with disabilities will have better access to vote here in Pinal County. So, Secretary of State is wrong.
As a quick matter of background, federal law requires access for voters with disabilities. Promulgated a rule that basically reflected what the majority practice was, and that is this: that if you are a disabled person and you go to a polling place in your county, you can cast a ballot on any of these devices. Pinal County.
So the Secretary of State, Adrian Fontes, talks about people with disabilities voting on accessible voting devices. That is true. They can vote on these devices. But here in Pinal County, we have precinct-based voting. So each voter is assigned to a particular precinct. We have 109 of those, and you go to your particular location. If a person goes to a wrong precinct, whether they have a disability or not, they're pointed into the right place, and they go vote in the right place. That's how it's always worked here in Pinal County.
Is the only county left in Arizona that insists, for whatever their politics are, whatever their conspiracy theories are, we don't care about that. The problem is they insist on
conspiracy theories. There's no conspiracy theory here in Pinal County. What we actually believe in is an election integrity. What we actually believe in is local elections. What we actually believe in is one day, one vote. We want to have our votes counted that same day within hours of polls closing. And the best way to ensure that is to vote locally. Vote at a church or a school close to your home. That's not a conspiracy theory. This is a reality. And we're seeing it work all across the country. But for some reason, Arizona can't figure it out, and we don't get our voting results for weeks. This is something that we need to fix. And we believe that Pinal County has that recipe to fix that.
Still a precinct-based polling model instead of, there's no reason for technology reasons, for budgetary reasons, for any other reason why a voter, who might have a hard enough time in a wheelchair or whatever to get to a polling place, they should just be able to cast a regular ballot in their polling place. But as it stands now in Pinal County, if you vote out of your precinct, which in every other county it'll count, your ballot's not going to count. And that's not fair. And this is one of the reasons why we went to court, was because we wanted them to, and they just didn't want to do what the rest of the state is doing, which
we didn't want to do here in Pinal County was violate the law. And the judge was very clear is that what the Secretary of State was actually asking us under Title 16, which is our elections code, is to violate the law. And the Secretary of State was requiring us to count out-of-precinct votes at particular precincts. We're not allowed to do that. And we can't violate state law. That's what he was asking us to do. And so we had to correct him. And in fact, Pinal County had discussed these issues with them prior to the lawsuit. And we told them that this was a violation of law. And he pushed us anyway. And luckily, the judge ruled correctly that Pinal County was correct. And we're here to uphold election integrity. We're here to uphold the law and follow the law.
It's an irrational, not based in evidence policy that the Board of Supervisors in Pinal County has adopted. It doesn't make sense. It's not helpful.
The Secretary of State, it's not helpful, it doesn't make sense, it's irrational. Here's what is irrational, is what Adrian Fontes, the Secretary of State, wants to do. I don't know if you know this, but in Pinal County we have 109 precincts, which we have 109 ballot styles. In Maricopa County, during the last general election, there were over 21,000 ballot styles. To me, that's absolutely absurd that we have this many ballots, this many types. And then we expect every printer to be able to link people's voter data up to the particular ballot style that they need. What we need is to simplify things, make things simpler for the voters, make things simpler for our poll workers, and make our elections simpler so that we can get results done quicker. That should be the goal. And unfortunately, a Secretary of State is doing things that are making things much more complicated. We should follow the Pinal County model. It's simpler, it's quicker, and it's better. And that's why we fought for it and that we've won.